Hey, always a good night when the Pirates win, and certainly a good night for that. And thank you to all the folks out here. And finally, we're done with Thursday nights. So thank you to all the fans that came out on Thursday night. So we had 4 of these things this year, 2 at home. The last 3 have been on Thursday night, and I can't wait to get back to playing Saturday football and all those things. So, but I think all in all, it was a good day, offensively especially. Had over 500 yards of offense. You'd like to see a few more points on the board. I think we were 1 of 3 on 4th down. Apologize. And that's the place you'd like to see us kind of clean that up a little bit. But everything else, I thought we got moving. London hit a long run in there. Marlon got going in there. TJ got going in there again. Taking care of the football too, doing a good job with that. No turnovers on the night. Anthony Smith had a couple big throws down the field. So I think all those things you see are starting to click and go together. And open things up. The run game is open up the deep ball. Deep ball is opening up the run game. And Katin certainly operating at a high level right there. So, defensively, I thought we did some good things. At times, I think we got to be better with our eyes out there. I didn't think we did a great job with those things. And Rashid Reason being out this week, he fractured a fibula, so he's out for several weeks here. And they kind of threw us off in the secondary a little bit, And then we had a couple other guys go out tonight. Brock went out. Jamarion went out. Tegan went out. Those guys were hopefully get those guys back. I think the bye is coming at a good time as far as the 16 days and those things. But you're 1-0 this week, and that was the goal. Thought the guys didn't let last week's loss complete and turn into 2 losses, and you can certainly do that. You go lose a close game on the road. It's a Thursday. You flip to another Thursday. But we just talked about Saturday, where we're at, where we want to be, how we're going to get there, and we talked about the process and just going back to, focus on us, focus on how we work, how we prepare, and getting ready for our opponent. Obviously, hats off to Coach Lamb. I think he does a good job over there, especially with the offense and the way they take the shots down the field. And he's going to score some points and find ways to do that, and he's done that. Every week he goes out and plays. So at this time, we'll open up for questions.
Coach, start to finish, you feel this might be the most complete game you've had?
When they score 27 points, I'm not sure I feel good about it, but that's the defensive side of me. I did think offensively we started and we finished. I think there's a few things there. You'd like to obviously finish on 4th down and put a few more points on the board. If you do that, you're probably scoring 50 tonight. But we're just we're getting there, and we had the one spot you could say, hey, it goes the other way, another one down there. He's probably at least put another 7 up for us, and maybe it takes away a score from them. Then you feel better about it, I think. But I think we're getting there. We're getting better. And we got 16 days. We'll have a tough Temple team who thinks, obviously beating UTSA, should have beat Navy last week, and playing pretty good football. So we got to recover and rehab and do all those things and continue to make sure we're moving forward.
Like some of their DBs were biting on the shorter stuff.
Yeah.
Did y'all notice that?
Yeah, they had to hit the screen and go over there on their sideline to the tight end. Thought we did a poor job with the Jamarly just took his eyes off for a little bit, got a little eyesy there. Same thing with Sam on the shock pressure, the trap pressure. Probably shouldn't tell you what the name of it is, but got a little nosy with his eyes. So we got to do a better job there. I think it's just eye discipline. And our sayings, you see a lot, you see very little. You see little, you see your key, you're going to see a lot. He's going to tell you exactly what to do. You guys have heard me say that before.
I was talking about their DBs.
Oh, their DBs. Oh, I thought you were talking about our DBs. Our DBs give it 27. I think you saw 7 early on, break on a football. 7, leads the country in picks. They're playing quarters coverage over there, and we run a hitch, and he about picks it off and knocks it down. And flipped over the headset. I said, "Oh, you already know this, Coach Baker, but you can double move him." He said, "I already got a call. Already got a plan." So next series out, double moved him and got down the field on him. So and you got a chance to get Anthony down the field and go from there. I did think he got PI'd in the end zone one time, and we settled for a field goal down there, and he almost had caught it with one hand, but is what it is. But I thought we did a good job taking advantage of those guys down the field.
Coach, how'd you feel about the running game? You had 268 yards rushing, and including number 7 with Montgomery had 125 yards, which equated to 7.8 yards per carry. So I just wanted to see how you feel about that tonight.
Yeah, I feel good about it. That's what we call run the damn ball, right? Get one of those hats and wear it around. 268 yards, that's what it's supposed to look like. If you think about a year ago. I think a year ago Monday is the 20th. I took over, and we've won 9 games since then. And I bet out of those 9, we've a bunch of them we rushed for over 200 yards. And when we got going last year, that was the case. It was 200 plus, and that was a big reason for success offensively. And it helps both sides of the football. Keeps the clock running, keeps you off the field defensively, and opens up throws down the field. So all those things go together. And just look at the calendar year, the past year, it's been pretty special just to be a part of this thing. And, ESPN was in the office the other day and just talking about the head coach's office. And really, I missed the opportunity to just talk about the servant leadership for this program, this community, and this university. And it's been pretty special to be a part of. So very thankful to be here, very thankful to be in this position. Still a lot of football to play. And, we had a heck of a November last year. Let's make it another one. So.
Speaking on that rushing game, England had another back-to-back solid game. Just how's his progression been since the start of this spring until now?
Yeah, he's getting better and better. I think TJ is one of those guys, coming out of last fall into the winter, you're like, okay, where's he at here? He's 4th, 5th, is he a guy that is kind of, where does he fit in? Is he going to be on the travel squad, scout team? Where is he going to exactly be at? Okay, and he worked his tail off in the offseason, gained weight, put on muscle, jacked up, looked really good. And, you see him just hitting some natural stuff in there as a running back. Just really proud of him for a young guy. I think he's seeing it really well, doing some good things. He's got to make sure he holds that ball up high and tight so he can get a little loose today. But other than that, I think he's playing really well. Yeah, Brock said I think a little hamstrings. Marion's a stinger. That he missed some time earlier in the week in practice. Him and Panda both, and we were able to get him back. So I think 16 days kind of comes at the right time for that. You're getting to that point in the season. 7 games in, you're going to have some bumps and bruises, but you got to do a great job. And Brock's done a really good job at this point in the season of taking care of his body, just rehabbing, prehabbing, stretching. Always in the training room, treating himself like a professional. And I know he'll continue to do that. So we got to make sure, over the next really 9 days that we're getting ready to, taking care of our bodies, getting those guys back, leading up to that week we prepare for Temple.
Coach, you guys have had good quarters, really good quarters, really good halves, but haven't put it all together at once. But this game you did. Are you looking forward to doing that more?
Yeah, I hope so. You didn't see in the Army game, you start really fast. Defense, I thought we had a pretty complete game there in the Army game, and we started fast and just didn't score after that. And then, last week you start slow, then you go finish the second half, and it's really the first time, outside of maybe Cam on Coastal a little bit, where you're playing 4 quarters against a good football team, and you go finish the right way, and you go start the right way, and you play the middle 8 the right way. So I thought we did some good things there. We got to continue to do that. I'd like to see us obviously keep some points off the board defensively.
Offense has kind of struggled in the red zone throughout the season, 4 for 4 tonight. Just how do you think they executed?
Much better. I mean, that's the key to it. We just, if you can get down there and you score points, I'd like to see that one field goal turn into 7, but you get down there and put points on the board, it's going to help you win football games. We certainly did that, and then obviously hit a big plays, some big explosive plays tonight. I thought, going back out of last week and kind of backtracking a little bit, we gave up 10 explosives last week, only had 5, and I think we probably flipped that for this side of the ball, for the offensive side of the ball this week. I bet we had 10 explosive plays tonight, which is more our speed and where we need to be.
Coach, obviously last week after Tulane, Katin, everybody was very frustrated. Just how'd you see him kind of come out this week and really be a leader?
Yeah, I think we all get frustrated when things don't go our way, and it was obviously one of those things like last week where it was very close to Yannick almost catching that ball in the end zone and having a chance to either win it or tie it up. So we all get frustrated, but there's only one thing you can do is go back to work. And Katin, Teagan, those guys kind of took that on. Talked to our seniors all the time about, hey, your daily decisions are going to, what you do daily is going to reflect what you show up on game day. So we got to continue to do that, and I think Katin's doing a great job with that. Teagan's another one.
One more question. Anybody?
One more quickly.
The onside kick, you want to know about that one?
I was going to ask about the bye week. You were talking about injuries. It also is good for you getting ready to go on a road game, a conference road game against Temple that's playing very well.
Yeah.
So it gives you more time to prepare, right?
Yeah, and hopefully a day game, by the way. These night games are getting old, too. But, yeah, I think, you take that extra time, 16 days, to go ahead and start preparing for your opponent, and we'll certainly do that next week. Make sure we're getting fresh, make sure we're getting healthy, and start to prepare and get ready to ride from there. And hopefully we can get some day games here in November. And thank goodness no more Thursday night games. But thank you for the fans that do stick in there for it. I just, talking to Commissioner earlier, and I know Coach or John has as well. And these Thursday night games are fun every now and then, but I think for our community and our area, it just means so much more than just, national exposure is great, but those Saturday games where, the economy and the hotels and the restaurants and all is a pretty big deal. But thank you for everybody for, sticking with it. We're all in this thing together, and looking forward to a November that we can remember forever. So thank you. Go Pirates.
And you and Kaden been trying to hook up on these loans. So
I know. Yeah, man. It was good. We just, after the loss from Tulane, we just really harped on going back to the basics this week and just practicing hard, energy, effort. So that's how we connected. We were just going hard at practice and really taking them game reps. So.
They're a corner, Green, obviously a good player, but
Yes, sir.
fighting early on the short stuff. Did you
Yes,
all
sir.
notice that?
Um, Yeah, kind of, sort of. So that's why we kind of threw that little stutter go deep ball. So.
What was it like? Obviously, he was handsy.
Yeah.
Have to play through that.
Yeah, he's a good DB. I mean, it's a physical sport, so he's going to be handy. You just kind of got to fight through the contact. Coach Rob always tells us, regardless wherever the ball is, regardless of what's going on around you, you got to go. You see ball, you got to get ball. So that's kind of our mindset in the receiver room.
Do you feel like this is more of, the coach was just talking about the explosive, do you feel like this is more of hybrid football?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like we're definitely starting to get in our groove. But that kind of goes back to the first question, going back to the basics, man. What we were doing in spring ball that really had our offense becoming so explosive that we were realizing this is how it could be in the season. We kind of just went back to the basics this week, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
Scoring 41 points, is this something you guys feel like you can get momentum and sustain it for the rest of the season?
Yeah, this is definitely something that we're definitely going to get used to, is scoring this many points. So that's definitely something that we're going to be doing a lot.
Kaden seemed pretty ticked off after the Tulane game. Was he any different in practice this week, or was it the same old Kaden? How did you see him?
He just had that edge to him. Just like I said, just continue to go back to them basics, man. Just playing hard as ever, man. Just having that chip on your shoulder. When me and Kaden first got here, man, trying to prove ourselves, and it's we done got the starting position, but we ain't made it where we wanted to go. So just continue to put that chip on our shoulder. And I seen that from not just me and Kaden, but all the guys at practice this week, just playing with that edge. So.
Speaking of Kaden, one of your touchdowns, you had a beautiful layered ball. Just how fun is it to play with a quarterback that can just put it on you at any point?
Yeah, I love playing with Kaden, man. He throws a good deep ball, man. I love to catch the deep ball. So I just any chance I get in practice to run a deep ball with Kaden, that's what we try to work on. So I love playing with Kaden.
Anything else?
All good.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man.
We just talked about the two hookups with Anthony earlier. You guys were able to hit the deep ball that y'all been trying to do most of the year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we kind of came together today. That was part of the game plan. We had some shots called up for him and Yannick, and Anthony got those opportunities to go make a move in that corner and go take a shot downfield. O-line protected up for me, and all I had to do was throw it out there, and he was down there and made the play, and got to score twice. So shout out to him having a great game and 2 touchdowns, and just the whole offense just coming together and really putting up some good points and putting up some good yards too.
Anthony talked about how y'all maybe went back to the basics a little bit offensively this week in practice. What did you notice just about how y'all attack practice?
Yeah, I mean, Tulane was pretty simple on defense, so our offense this week was trying to keep it simple, just to go out and play fast, not trying to think too much. And I thought we did a really good job of that during practice, and doing that good job executing in the game as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you were obviously pretty frustrated after the Tulane game. Did you approach practice any different this week, or were you trying to be the same guy?
I just felt like we didn't play hard enough in Tulane, so including myself, and just trying to do as much as I can to motivate the guys to go play hard and just play with a bunch of effort every single play. And that was the mentality going in for practice and going into this game. Going out and playing hard. And I mean, Tulsa's a good team, good coach team. I think their coach played ball too, Carson Newman or Belmont or something. But I mean, they're a good, well coached football team, and they put up a good fight against us. And I'm glad we got the win.
You had a lot of balance, 268 yards rushing, 300 passing. I mean, obviously that's the type of performance you want.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what the goal. Obviously, got to clean up some stuff. Got to finish some of those drives. Got to clean up those penalties. That kind of killed some of those drives too. But I thought we were a lot better in the red zone today.
Kaden, it seemed like a game that for offensively you guys were in rhythm like all game long. Did you feel that? Or I know there's always room for improvement, but you guys, this is one of the best games you've had offensively.
I thought we definitely came together a lot better today. Obviously, it's not perfect. We left a lot still on the field. Still had some drives where we could have scored touchdowns instead of field goals. But overall, I thought just working with special teams and defense, I thought we played complementary football. I thought offense was rolling, defense got some stops. We were just playing back and forth, and I thought it was really good today.
What kind of confidence can you guys gain from this moving forward? You got a bye week coming, and we got some more tough opponents coming up in the conference.
I mean, it's great. We got another bye week, and then we're going to our last stretch of the season. So just being able to go out and win and put up 41 points and having defense play well, we showed today that we can go out and do it. And we can go play any team and go win. So we have a long bye week. I think we have like 16 days before we play next. So just take that advantage of that time, get healthy, and go make a run.
The first touchdown pass to Anthony had a beautiful layered ball, and it kind of felt you had a different level of confidence tonight. Do you kind of just feel better about being back home?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I play different when I'm in Dowdy-Ficklin. I just feel like there's a different energy and different rhythm. I feel like I'm calm, and I just go out and execute and play. And I think that was part of it tonight for sure.
Anything else? Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Preston, just what was the mentality like coming off the two-lane game to get back on the right side going into tonight?
Come out fast, come out physical. That's what we were going to do. We did it on the first drive. Got some stuff to clean up. We got to be consistent of it.
What did you see from their offense? I know they hit some big plays, but were you happy with the defensive performance?
I was happy. I'm always happy with the defense. I know we played hard, we played physical. They've schemed some stuff up pretty good for us, and you just got to get to the drawing boards and give them something different a little bit.
Preston, I heard in the press area that you looked like a kid in the candy store when you got that sack. How did that feel?
Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. If they had a Tootsie Roll, I'd have been eating it. I'll tell you that. I sure would have.
Yeah, one of the 5 sacks tonight. Just how fun is it to see your guys get in there and make some big plays?
It's amazing, man. Seeing the D-line work like that and the rushes and linebackers, when we get in that backfield, we know it's on. And we call it we're having fun. We call it turning loose. When we turn loose, we're getting that ball. We're going to find a way to get it to. We love it.
Not as many pressures, not as many sacks as the last game. So were you guys focused on that? Were you hungry to come in here and present today?
We wanted to get the ball back to our offense. They come out fast, and we were like, oh, yeah, let's roll. And best thing to do, whoever's got the football is going to win. So we want to get the ball back to our offense as fast as possible.
The offense, I don't know, it felt more like the end of last year, too, to you, like where they were scoring, like explosive plays, that sort of stuff. Did you see, how did you see that?
Oh, it was explosive play after explosive play all night, So, I'm catching her breath on the bench. I look up and Katin scored a touchdown. Marlon's toting the rock 10-plus yards after contact. And I'm excited for him, but I'm still over there trying to catch my breath, So, yeah, it's amazing to watch it, and to actually see this offense develop and come out like they did tonight. That's what we need.
Preston, you guys are just full of energy, but tonight you had Mike Wright and got there with y'all. Just how hard is it to kind of match his energy?
You seen that too? You saw Mike? Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. He is the definition of an athlete. We got excited in practice. So we already knew what he was gonna do, and we were just waiting for that opportunity for him to do it.
Is he gonna get an interception next?
Who?
Mike Wright, is he gonna get an interception next?
Oh, he's taking that to the house. No one's gonna catch him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anything else?
Yeah, good.
Thank you.
All right, fellas. Thank y'all, man.
Good win.
Running, just what was clicking with the running game for you and your teammates tonight?
It was just trusting it, trusting the hole to open, trusting those big guys up front. And, we really got it clicking. We really got it going. We just needed to get to it more and more, and then it opened up holes for us.
London, you had 125 yards. I think it was average 7.8 yards per carry. How did it feel tonight?
I felt good. I just felt, that confidence that you get when you're in, the flow state, they call it. But, I was feeling it tonight. I had ended up having that much. And I just give it to the O-line, because they helped me get there, and my teammates around me. So, yeah.
You guys have a lot of guys getting carries. I mean, does that help you guys get fresh? And does it help you
Yeah, it definitely helps us out, when we're on a long drive, we can get another back in there to get fresh legs, and he can go in there and give a jolt of speed that I might not have when I'm dead. My legs are dead, but yeah, it definitely helps us out.
You know, line in the stand a little banged up. They're still fighting through some stuff. Like, how much does it encourage you that they're still out there opening holes like tonight for you?
Yeah, we do have a couple of guys that are banged up, but it just drives me forward because those guys are trying their hardest, doing their best, and the guys that came in for this injured guys, they kept their head on a swivel, they were ready, and they went there and did their job.
Lundy, can you talk about the long touchdown run? I think it was 51 yards.
Uh,
What was that?
It was good to feel that. So once I got through the hole and I made that safety miss and I ran around him, I just started running, run, just go. I was running and I seen the guy in my corner right in my eye, so I was just I just started veering off a little bit and just jumped in. But yeah, it definitely felt good to get that, And I think it's like my first one. I popped that far, so.
Did you feel like you were definitely in, or were you a little nervous with the review?
It was reviewing it. I was a little scared, but I was gonna grab my helmet and get that joint anyway. So.
And that came after a fourth down stop. Do you feel the energy after that when you take the field?
Yeah.
Carry up an offense.
Yeah, for sure. So so when the defense is up, we're cheering them on and stuff like that, and they make a stop like that. That gives us energy. That's the biggest thing. Effort and energy. That's what we say all the time in our locker room, and we feed each other. We feed off each other with that. So yeah, that definitely helps us.
When you guys are running the ball like this, how does that help this offense? We know what the passing game can do with the hand and all the receivers you have with Kaden, but how does it help the offense?
Yeah, so when we get the running game going like that, guys are going to try to come into the box, and we have elite wideouts outside. So if they want to bring it down in the box, those guys out in the box will just go deep. And the same goes if they want to put those guys out, we'll just run the ball and do what we did tonight.
Lonnie, you had the long one, obviously, but there was a second one you about broke there late. Did you think you were getting past that linebacker?
I just made the move a little too early, but for one second I thought I was going to get out, and then I just felt my legs get clipped up. But yeah, I wish I had that one too, but we good.
Anything else for London?
All good.
Thank you, London. Congratulations.
Good, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Congrats, man.